Hey there, Hofstra fans, and welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Show. I'm Anthony Notarelli, joined this week by head coach of the Hofstra Pride women's soccer team, Simon Riddiough. And Coach, first things first, what's it like to finally be done with that grueling 4-game away schedule?
Yeah, I was thinking that last night on the 8-hour bus ride back. It's kind of wore me and Toby down, and I'm sure the players are absolutely worn out as well. So we got it through, we got through with it. We split both weekends, which is all we could have expected. And now we can kind of settle in a little bit and have one home game coming up this week.
All right, let's look at that Friday game first against Duke, because it's very rare for your team to be the underdogs, but you can argue that you were the underdogs against Duke. But what was the feeling like when Joe Mulholland put that goal in the net? You guys were up late against Duke.
Yeah, it was a tough one because Duke's a very, very good team. I think they've made the Elite 8 5 out of the last 7 years, so that's the kind of programme we're competing with. When they tied it up 1-1, we were a little bit concerned that we didn't have enough in our gas tank to fight back, and fair play to Joe Mulholland and the rest of the attacking players. They dug in deep, and we grinded out territory and got into good positions, and eventually good things occurred, and Joe was there to snot home the game winner, which was exciting.
Frederica Mering did an excellent job at goal. What can you say about her 6 saves against Duke? That's a big performance.
No, she's getting there now, and she's actually fulfilling the potential we hope she would. She's been injured, and she's had 2 good weeks of training under her belt, and we just think she's going to get better and better. And like I said, Duke was a great performance. UVA, she was very good. And it bodes well for the Hofstra moving forward.
So would you say she's back at 100% now?
I would hope so, but again, I think she still needs to keep improving. She's only a sophomore, so there's still some parts of the game that she needs to be worked on. But she's definitely physically at her best, and now it's all the mental and game management and all the other stuff where she's going to keep continuing to develop.
Now, obviously going into Sunday, number 2 Virginia. Into that game, were you expecting a win, or did you want to see your team just compete against that top team?
Yeah, you don't want to understate what you are trying to achieve, and we say it all the time. We're a process, we're a work in process, and UVA is number 2 in the nation. Every player is an all-star player. Steve Swanson's a US national coach, and he does a great job to get all those superstars playing the style they play. It's beautiful to watch. They're a fantastic soccer team, but we frustrated them, and you've got to give credit to our players and our girls for not being in awe, playing without fear, having composure and working hard and sticking to the game plan. And I was super proud of how they performed on Sunday. We got the crowd all heated up, and they didn't expect this. And at 2-1 down, Sam Scalici's the crossbar, and then it was a frantic last 15 minutes. So pretty happy with the whole weekend, to be honest.
So that's what I was going to ask you next. This 4 games, you always say, and I ask you this every week, you want to make noise in the national tournament. After seeing how your team competes against some top teams like Duke and UVA, do you think that goal is possible now?
Yeah, I'd like to believe so. Again, it's all about keeping everybody healthy, having options, hopefully getting people who are depth players more playing time as well. But it's like anything, as good a win Duke is on the national scene, it's equally as good as bad as a loss is, and we can't afford to lose to good teams. And we've got 2 very good teams coming up this weekend. But if we lose to one of them, then the good work we did last weekend counts for nothing. And so that's the goal, is to maintain that momentum, work hard, and hopefully keep winning.
Now, you mentioned the upcoming game Friday. You finally return home to Hempstead, where your team has been remarkable. 2 losses in the past 2 seasons at home. What are you expecting on this Friday? Do you want to just get out there all guns firing, get a win at home?
Well, Yale's a good team. And the Ivy League is very comparable to the CAA. A lot of parity in that league. And it's extremely competitive mid-major conference. Rudy Meredith's a great guy. He's been there for probably God knows how many years. So so he's obviously done a very good job. And they've got some special players, so we have to battle, we have to earn the right to be on the field. And then hopefully we'll let our special players compete with theirs, and hopefully ours will come out on top, and if that's the case, we'll be very happy.
Now, looking at the season so far, you're a decent amount of games in. Is there anybody you want to see take that next step up that you maybe has seen have a disappointing performance so far?
No, I think we're where we need to be. I think the team's where it needs to be. I think we're in a good place right now. We've still got some players coming back from injury, and I think they will help tremendously when they are back. But I can't expect anything more from what they're doing. Now, can we do it for another 10, 12 games? That's what we're hoping. But as you know, it's only a short season, but it's a very intense season.
Yep.
And mentally and emotionally, it's quite grueling. And that's the question for this team: is can we mentally prepare the same way we did for Duke and UVA every single game? And if we can, we've got a good chance to be competitive.
Coach, finally, what are you going to do for your team to make sure they get the win on Friday?
It's like everything, preparation. We've got to go hard tomorrow, a good hard practice, and work on things on Wednesday and Thursday, and hopefully prepare everybody for no surprises, and come out physically and emotionally and mentally ready to play.
All right, Anthony Onorelli, head coach of the Hofstra Pride women's soccer team. Simon Riddiough, coach. Thanks for joining the show.
Thank you, Anthony.